So we are doing an Audacy check-in with GAYLE, the artist behind the smash hit ABCDEFU. How are you?
I am doing so well. How are you?
I'm good. You are so exciting to me. Congrats on everything.
Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, the song, as you know, because it's your song, is everywhere. But my holy crap moment with your song was like a couple weeks ago. I was sitting in traffic. Both cars on either side of me were blaring it, and like at different points in the song. So they were both playing it on like their own regard, which I'm like, and I knew because I work in radio that this song was big. But I'm like, oh, this is it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've emotionally processed it at all. Like,
Sure.
I still get to acknowledge, like, even when it's like on the radio, I'm just like, but it's just in my car though. Like, that's me. That's just me. Nah. Or even just like in other radio stations that I can't, like, I have to like get access on my phone or something. I'm like, just on my phone though.
Just my
Like,
phone. Yeah.
it's even like playlists or like TikTok. I'm like, just on my phone though. Or if somebody comes up to me and they're like, your song's on my For You page. I'm like, just once on your phone though, you saw my song. You know, like I can't comprehend people using or listening to my song. Like it's literally just so crazy to me.
Yeah, for sure. Have you, I mean, I know you're still processing it, but has there been like that one true moment where you're like, oh my God, this is getting so big?
I think it was kind of honestly a couple like 2 months ago. It's crazy because the things when I have that moment, something else happens that's even bigger than that, but I still can't like
Get over that.
like I still
Yeah.
can't get over the like I remember when ABC in one day got 155,000 streams. I remember it because I was with one of the people that I wrote the song with, and we were like, we need to appreciate this. Like I don't ever want to look back and think I took any of this for granted. Like we need to sit here and be happy about this because that is amazing. Because like
Good
honestly,
for you. That's so good.
when ABC was out for probably I want to say like 2 weeks, it already was the biggest song that I've had out. Like I had 12,000 monthly listeners before ABC came out. And I was happy with those 12,000. I was like, that is great. I also hadn't released music in a year. So like it kind of like went down. And then like 2020 was just hard for like an independent artist to be releasing music and all that. And so I just remember when I did that, I was like, I need to be grateful. I need to be happy for that. And then when it started like kind of doing well on TikTok or doing better and like it ended up getting like up to like 4 million streams in one day. And I was like, I literally couldn't fathom it. Like I could not, like
Yeah. It's
I
like a
think
fever dream.
it literally, no, it truly is, especially like when this is something I've been dreaming of since I was literally 7. Like I've been doing music for over half of my life. Like there's a time in my life where I didn't do music, but I started singing at 7. So like, I don't really remember, the good old days when I was 5. Like, like I
Yeah.
don't always look back on that. So it was just like, it literally is everything that I've ever been dreaming of actually like kind of happening, or at least like starting to kind of lead in a positive direction. And so like it is just crazy. I also think like another like a moment for me was when I was in LA, I went to LA a couple months ago and I watched the Dixie and Charlie D'Amelio the whole reality TV show that they did. I watched it in like 2 days. Like my best friend and I, we just sat on the couch.
Yeah.
After we would write together and then we'd come home, we'd make dinner and we'd just sit and watch it. And we would watch it for like hours. We loved that show. Like
It was good.
really good. And it was just kind of like, I don't know, it's interesting to see like how their lives works, how their personalities are and all that. And then Dixie made a video to my song. And I was like,
The same day?
it wasn't the same day. It was a couple months later. And so
but still, like you had just watched their thing though, and that's exciting.
I watched it and then I just saw that. And I was like,
I was going to ask you, is there anybody that you admired from like music or just like any creative outlet in general that has reached out to you or like used your song in some way that you're like,
yeah, actually Olivia Rodrigo DM'd me on Instagram.
oh my God.
I feel like
I was going to say, and take this as you will, but I mean this in like the most complimentary way, is this rise of this song reminds me of how driver's license like started to really pick up.
no, I fully take that as a compliment. I feel like as being a young female artist, and especially with the first song kind of having more of like an angrier version, I feel like people
Yeah.
like compare the two of us as artists, especially I've been hearing a lot of comparisons for Good For You compared to ABC. And there's always been the like, who's more specific, who's angrier, who's catchier. Like, I feel like there can be a need to compete the two. And so it was just very happy to have that moment of just the two of us coming together to be like, I support what you do. We can both be great in our own ways. And people are going to feel the need to compare and compete, especially love to pin women against each other. And it was just very lovely to have that moment of like, I support you. You support me. We are in this together. We are not against each other. And let's just do some fucking great things, you know?
I love hearing that. You know what happens though, when you have a song this big is Kids Bop is going to cover it.
I cannot. Okay. Look.
What are your ideas? What do you think they're going to do?
So fun fact, Kids Bop is actually like originated in Dallas, Texas, where I'm from originally. I used to go to the vocal studio that like started Kids Bop, or like they used to have Kids Bop. Used to like go there every once in a while, and I started going to this place when I was like 7. I literally only went there for like a year, but I remember I auditioned for Kids Bop so many times. I did the cup song, and then I made it. Here's the thing: I submitted a video for Kids Bop, did the cup song, made it to the second round, did This Girl's on Fire by Alicia Keys, and then they said no. I did not.
What is the audition process like? Do you have to write like the Kids Bop version and that's part of your audition?
No, like they just like basically
make you sing.
Yeah, they just kind of make you sing. And they also like already have people in the group. And so you kind of see if like you go well with them, you know? And like just all of that stuff. And also like if you're willing to be homeschooled or not, because you have to go on tour if you're willing to tour. Like it's just
I didn't realize it was that serious.
Oh, they go everywhere. I remember once I actually won a meet and greet for Kids Bop, and one of the options was to go to like South Africa where they were doing a show and meet them. I could not afford that as a 10-year-old. My mom was like, we are not going to South Africa to fucking freaking meet Kids Bop. But when I tell you, I had an obsession with Kids Bop. The first CD I ever bought was like a Kids Bop thing. I wanted to be a part of Kids Bop so bad. I once met a kid that was in Kids Bop, and I almost like...
This needs to happen then. This would be so full circle. You should send them maybe a list of suggestions of alternate words.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, forget.
Your broke down car and the things you call art. You know?
Yes. See, you got it, you know? And then that would just be such a moment. It's like, I didn't need to be a part of it because now you're using my song.
Oh my gosh. No, the amount of times I got denied being in Kids Bop. I wanted to so bad. Like that was like one of my dreams. I was like, I will be in Kids Bop.
That is hilarious.
But like, you just unlocked a part of my brain that I totally like forgot about. Like part of me just got like reawakened when you said the word Kids Bop.
Well, I was listening to your song and I that was the first thing that popped in my head is this is what happens to every big song. It happened to Montero. It happened, you know, to Starboy. I'm like, this is next. And I wonder what they're going to do.
I would die. Like I would genuinely like that. I would fangirl. Actually, I'd be like, oh my God.
You're like, I'm going to go with this version now.
Like, what do you mean Kids Bop? Like what?
So how does it feel though to have this all happen for you right before the holidays? Does it kind of feel like a little bit magical in that way?
Yeah, I mean it's absolutely like insane. It's lucky because the music industry kind of shuts down at least for like a week or two.
Yeah.
Honestly, kind of like the last 2 weeks of Christmas and then kind of a week into January. And so there's a breathing time. Like I get like a solid week where things kind of slow down a little bit and I get to spend time with my family and I get to be home for a little bit. And that's nice. And I also think it's going to give me time to process whatever my life has become because it literally like, it honestly feels like everything went to like 0 to 100 like so fast. And obviously my goal is like ABC. I'm so happy with everything that has happened with it, but it is just one song, you know, like I have more to say and more things to do after that. And so it's just making sure that everything I do is like as good as what has happened or as good as ABC or is connecting the story. And I just also have like more to say that I'm really excited about just talking about. So
That's exciting. Do you have a favorite go-to gift that you give to people for the holidays? That if you kind of can't figure it out, you're like, oh, I'll get them that.
A hug, a solid handshake. No, honestly, candles. There's a sugar cookie Christmas candle that Target has that smells like absolute heaven. A few people don't agree with me, but it's okay. I get them those candles anyways, so everything can smell like a sugar cookie. And if you don't like it, I don't care. Light the damn candle.
Favorite holiday movie of all time?
Holiday movies. Wait, okay.
Elf, Home Alone, The Santa Claus.
Home Alone. I love Home Alone.
Yeah, I love the second one. I made my boyfriend dress up as the pigeon lady, and I went as Macaulay for this past for Halloween. Yeah, I was like, "You're so comfortable. Don't complain about it. You're in a dress."
Yeah, life is great.
Do you have any Christmas traditions from the past year or so, or maybe like the past couple years of your life that you've like implemented and you're going to keep going?
Fun fact: my parents got divorced on Christmas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A fight. No. It's honestly nothing to apologize. It was a very positive thing, but it's really funny because I have a very dark sense of humor. So the jokes about the divorce just around Christmas time just start getting more and more. Because I'm the only one who thinks, like, I'm the one in the family that like jokes about it the most. Like, there's times where like, if there's like an argument going on, that's something like stupid. Like if somebody like looks at this cup and is like, this cup is red. Somebody's like, no, it's like blue with like a red tint. That makes, in color theory, that makes absolutely no sense. But you know what I mean? Like if somebody's like bickering about something stupid, I'll just be like, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Or like any fight or anything whatsoever. We just, for a long time, it kind of happened like 3 years ago. And for a long time, we left the house just because, like, we just couldn't. It's just a weird time of year where we didn't like being around the house. And so we would just kind of, like, leave. And we went to Texas one year because it's, like, home. And then we went to Arizona last year. And this is kind of the first year since the divorce and all that we've been at the house. And I was being the angsty teen for a little bit. I was being like, I don't like Christmas decorations or, like, whatever. Who cares? Like, get over it. But now I'm kind of just, like, kind of having more of the acceptance of like Christmas cheer and all that. But for a while, it was a pretty like untraditional Christmases just because what kind of was for our family.
I feel you. My parents did too. And it is tough the first few years that happens.
Yeah, it's just like weird. He was also my stepdad. And so because of that, like he kind of just wasn't able to like be around just because like he wasn't my biological father. So like when it came to like custody and all that, like he couldn't do anything and he couldn't really like be around. And so but it was honestly really great. Like it really was a positive thing for our family, but it's a weird adjustment. Like when somebody's in their life acting as a family member for 10 years and then they're not anymore, like especially I was 13. So it was a very like becoming more of like, I wouldn't say like 13 is becoming a woman, but you're kind of growing into your body and like
figuring yourself out.
Yeah, like you're just kind of figuring yourself out, and you're also like figuring out your position like as a woman and how you want to represent yourself and how people can objectify you. And then I also think you come out with the fact that like people are going to objectify me no matter what. So I kind of have to figure out what I want to do, what makes me happy, and not care about anybody else's opinion. But like that's just like instrumental time in your life, and so it's just kind of like weird. But yeah, I can't help but have a dark sense of humor about it because I think
all right, and last but not least, all-time favorite Christmas song.
Honestly, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas because it is my favorite song to use out of context. It's amazing.
All right, I love that. Well, thank you so much, Gayle. Congratulations on everything, and I can't wait to watch what you do into 2022.
Oh, thank you, and I hope I don't disappoint.
No, you won't.
We're gonna try.
Won't. You got this.
We're gonna try our best. See what happens.
It's all you do.
Yeah, it's all you can do, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good rest of your day.